The final Kriya we'll go over in this module is Nauli Kriya. This Kriya is one of the more flashy Kriyas out there, and it may be one that's been on your list to learn for a while. So hopefully this video will help you achieve that. This Kriya is a great cleanser for the internal organs, specifically the organs of the elimination system, the large intestine and small intestine. It really gives them a deep massage. It's a stomach churning or washing of the abdominal area in a side-to-side rolling motion. Here's a great quote from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. This is a translation by Brian Dana Akers. Lower the shoulders, revolve the stomach left and right with the speed of a strong whirlpool. This is called nauli by the masters. This nauli is the crown of hatha practices. It kindles a weak gastric fire, restores the digestion, always brings happiness, and dries up all defects and diseases. This is another one of those kriyas that's worth the time involved to mastering it, because you'll get a lot of benefit out of doing this kriya regularly. I'll go through the steps involved in performing nauli. When you start to work with nauli, start in a standing position. It's going to be the easiest because you'll get more hip swing in a standing position. Once you master it, you can do it in a seated position fairly easily, but start with the standing position. You'll exhale completely and hold the breath out the entire time. Relax the abdominal muscles to start with, and then just contract the rectus abdominis, the kind of the center channel of muscles, and draw it forward. And there's different tricks you can use to do this. One of the best ones I found is to kind of push on the knees slightly and draw the rib cage away from the hips. This image shows just that move, just that center channel pulled forward or contracted. From there, you'll want to learn each step kind of individually and just work with these steps until you can put it together into that washing motion. So you start with that center channel, and then you shift your hips to the left and kind of push down on that side, and you'll move that center channel off to the left, and then do the same thing to the right. I'll show you a video that shows these different parts put together into the rolling motion, and you can see my hips shift side to side. And you just keep going around in one direction, and then you can switch directions and go the other way. And you'll find at first that it's easier to kind of loop or roll your stomach around in one direction than it is to do it in the other direction. There's a lot of tricks to doing nauli, and I have to admit, it took me several months to really master it and to get proficient at this. But with daily practice, you will get there. One of the tricks that I was told when I learned this is that it helps to lean a mirror against the wall at an angle so you can see your belly moving. It'll give you that visual feedback that a lot of us benefit from. And it's good to be proficient at Uddiyana Kriya first and also Uddiyana Bandha Agni Sara before you dive into this Kriya. This one is, I feel, one of the tougher ones to learn. Again, practice it in stages, do each part separately before you put it all together into the rolling motion. And at first, it helps to exaggerate that swing and lift of the hips, that pressure you put on one knee and then on the other knee. Exaggerate that at first until you get proficient at it, and then you can reduce that swing in the hips a little bit. To release this, you'll release it the same way you did the other abdominal kriyas, which is contract or bear down on the abdomen a little bit. It'll relieve that pressure of holding your breath out and allow you to breathe in gently. So again, just a little reminder, practice it in stages. It may take a few weeks or more to learn, but it will make it easier if you break it into the different parts of it, the center, the right, and the left, before you put it together into that wave. And then just practice it daily. It's a great reliever for constipation, and it's a great massage for the abdominal organs. Once you've learned this, when you get up in the morning before you eat anything, You'll start with just a few rounds of this and go both directions. Loop your stomach around in one direction and then loop it around in the other direction. And you can start with just as many rounds as you can do on one exhale and build up over time to doing up to several hundred revolutions in both directions. Now, personally, I don't do that much every morning. I do about 25 to 50 revolutions in each direction, and that seems to work for my body.